attitude about it. That you decide that this is not going to determine who I am. Charles Swindoll said about attitude, he said, the longer I live, the more I realize the impact attitude has on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures and successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearances, giftedness, or skill. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude.
If there's anything in life that you don't currently have right now, it's because of who you are and how you think. And I know you're strong enough to do it because you're human. And every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to. Push through it. Push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive. Y'all running from pain. Y'all running from challenges. You telling me how difficult your life is. Do you understand it is the difficulty that's going to prepare you and take you to that next level? I'm here just like you here, and I promise you, I ain't leaving without the degree. I will not leave without that goal. I will not leave without that dream. I will not leave this university until I'm successful. I will not leave this job. I will not leave this client. I will not leave this opportunity until I get it.
You're listening to TW3 Radio, inspiring, informative, and entertaining talk and music for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
How could a man hit a target he could not see? That's a pretty good question. Here's another one. How can you hit a target you do not have? Besides, planes are built for flying. Ships are built for sailing. Houses are built for living. And man, too, was built for purpose. He was designed for accomplishment. He's engineered for success. He's endowed with the seeds of greatness. And the greatest danger we as human beings have is when we do not do anything at all. People today complain of lack of time. It's not lack of time that's the problem, it's the lack of direction. Are you a wandering generality? Or are you a meaningful, specific? Are you going to work tomorrow because that's what you did yesterday? If that's the reason you're going tomorrow, you won't be as good tomorrow as you were yesterday because you're 2 days older and no closer to the goal you do not have. What about you personally? Have you got your goals laid out? Are you a meaningful specific, or are you a wandering generality?
See, you are part of an equation, and you are needed. Part of why we should begin to look at how we give up our lives, that we've got to begin to see, what is it that I'm supposed to do? What is my life work? And then give ourselves to that. Because as we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you, as you begin to take on this new era that we're in, if you decide that I'm going to begin to start living life, I'm going to start giving more of myself, I'm going to start putting out more, contributing more to life. Here's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you that life will take on a whole new meaning for you. I guarantee you that life takes on a whole new dimension, that you'll be happier, you have a greater sense of happiness and fulfillment in life, that now you will begin to take off on some new paths to some newer horizons, that you'll begin to see life totally different than most people.
You gotta have those long range.
Welcome to TerryWilson3.com. Get ready to discover, develop, and monetize your skills and talents with Terry Wilson.
Happy New Year, everyone. Man, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday break, Christmas break. I hope Santa was good to everyone. Hope friends and family that you wanted to see were there, and the ones that you didn't want to see, well, you got along. Man, we are having a wonderful time at TW3. It's been a wonderful time to just take some time off and be with friends and family and the ones you love, and catch up on some, what we call in the South, a honey-do list. Does anyone out there have a honey-do list? That's honey-do this, honey-do that, honey, would you do this? So I have spent most of the day on the honey-do list, and I'm almost done. I can see light at the end of the tunnel. Oh God, is that a train coming toward me? No, it's good. It's all good. We're remodeling, or not remodeling. We're actually finishing our basement. We bought a brand new house 3 years ago. The Lord blessed us with this home through this podcast and through the TW3 business. We were able to find a place that fit us and the size of our family and the business, and have a studio and all this. Well, it also came with a full-size basement. And that was something that wasn't finished by the builder, and so we said, we're going to do that. So we started back in November and did the sheetrock and the drywall and the air and electrical and the plumbing and all that. So now it's almost, we're just a little bit left to do. We've got some shoe molding and some wall stuff to do, and then we're ready to, the media room for you guys that are going to come over on I know I've got 4 or 5 of you coming over the Wednesday night before the conference in March. You're going to be able to be here in the studio, and we're going to do a special program for you guys. Well, we'll get to go and hang out in the basement now and have the full media room and the game room and all that. So it should be pretty fun. It's good to have everyone on. Harold, all the way from Guatemala, good to have you in. Larry Dotson, my friend. Larry, we're coming down to see you at the end of this month. We're coming to Bradenton, my friend. So we got to get together this time. So we'll be seeing you. Linda, how are you doing? Linda, the legend, is in the house. She says, welcome 2020. I'm ready for it as well, Linda. I know you are. And the podcast is doing well. The radio station is doing well. We did a little soft launch, the first, and all of the shows that was submitted, it's put in rotation. It's not done on a set schedule yet. But if you go to tw3radio.com, you're going to hear some music, and you'll also hear some of the producers of our shows already. We've got Marcy Redmond from New York. We've got Yamil Betancourt from Texas. We've got the one and only Captain Quackenbush from Virginia. He's got a show submitted. Chris Miller Time. I'm going to be on Chris's show tomorrow. He's interviewing me tomorrow. And episode, the TerryWilson3.com podcast, episode, are we up to 399 now? I guess we are. 399 will be recorded tomorrow. Episode 400 will be a live stream like this, but it'll be with everybody in the studio. We'll have that Monday night. I'm going to give away some leads tonight. How many, any TW3 members on here want some leads? I'm going to give you some leads, and I'm going to show you how you can get some even more leads. And now these are business opportunity leads that I'm going to be giving. So these are people that have looked at various work from home business opportunities, and they're wanting a viable way that they can make money from home. And so if you're a TW3 member, well, you've got one of the best opportunities out there. And I'm going to give 10 leads away tonight. To each member that is on right now with me live. All you have to do, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to share anything. There are no hoops to jump through. All you have to do is go right now, pull up my website, TerryWilson3.com/contact, TerryWilson3.com/contact. Go over there and say, hey, Terry, I was on the live stream tonight as you were talking about lead generation and the importance of having a quality conversation with clients. Just say I was on tonight and I want my free leads. That's all you got to say. Just send that to me. Make sure you put your name and email address in there. We'll make sure you're a member so that if someone's watching this that's not a member, Reagan or Gabby's not sending it out tonight, but members who are on tonight, I'm going to, and let me show you what those leads are going to look like. Let me see if I'm going to downsize this real quick so you guys can see this. And I'm going to assume, which you know what assumptions mean. When you assume, you know what that means, right? You make something out of you and me, is what I've always been told. But your lead is your sheet's going to come in. And it's going to look like just like this. It's going to give you their email address, their name, their home address. It's going to give you their zip code. It's going to give you the IP address that they got in. It's going to give you how old they are, male, female, their telephone number, best time to reach them, their level of interest, how many hours a week, the finance, what's motivating them. Is it financial freedom, being their own boss? You know, how much money is their goal, the extra money a month they want to make, and what do they have to invest to make that happen? That is what it's going to look like when you get that lead list. Very good, right? And I sent out, if you didn't see the stream or the video I posted, I guess it was yesterday, where I was talking about if you don't have this, you're going to struggle in 2020. And what prompted this was one of the things I did over the holiday break was I just sort of caught up on my Facebook. Okay. What happened was I had a bunch of friends requests on Facebook. And I get busy and I don't pay attention to, social media to me is a means to connect with members, connect with prospective members, and to send out content. Okay. Cause most of my communication goes through my website. It just always has. And hey, Joseph, good to have you on. And I'm glad you like the radio station. That's awesome. And Joseph, make sure you go over to TerryWilson3.com/contact and get your free leads. Okay. All members that are on with me right now live, you're going to get free leads. And let me button this up. I keep interrupting myself. I've got so much to say. I'm like, I gotta get this. If you're on Monday night, let me say that if you're on Monday night, and for every person you bring with you on Monday night, we're going to give you 5 leads. So if you're Larry Dotson and Larry has 10 people on with him Monday night, then what Larry needs to do, I'm using you as an example, Larry, because you're my buddy and I can pick on you. Larry's going to contact me Monday night and said, hey, Terry, I'm on, and here are my 10 people that I brought with me. Okay. And Larry, the only way I know to keep up with that is to have them give you a shout out. Hey, I'm on, Larry invited me tonight. And so you're keeping account. And then you just send TerryWilson3.com/contact and say, I've had this person, and this person that was on with me. And so for every person you brought, I'm going to give you 5 of those leads like I'm giving you 9. I'm giving everybody that's on with me tonight that are members, I'm going to give you 10 leads. These are qualified leads. Okay. Now, some of them have been looking for, a month. Some of them been looking for 3 months. Okay. So, but I've got, these are leads that have been in our system and they haven't been contacted by me. Okay. So I know, they probably have looked at other opportunities, but it gets you in front of them and somebody that's in the mode, the mindset. And now is the best time. The 2 best things to sell this time of year is, fitness and business opportunity, because everybody's making resolutions, right? And everybody wants to do better, and this is the time, hey, I'm going to do better. I'm going to make more, so this is the thing. You're in a great business right now. If you're in the opportunity space, if you are in the health and wellness business, you're in a great opportunity. This is your season, right? Because this is where everybody is making those resolutions. So for everybody that's on the Monday night, just let me know, hey, I've had these people, here's 5 people, and I'm going to send for every person 5. So if you bring 5, you get 25 leads. If you bring 10, you're going to get 50 leads, right? And Larry, you and Linda and Joseph, I know that's on, and I don't know if I'm missing anybody. If I am missing anybody, just let me know, go over there, and I'm going to give you 10 leads just for being on tonight, okay? But what brought this up and why I'm bringing this up now is because I did a video yesterday, and what prompted that video was I had a guy that was in Melaleuca, and I have nothing against Melaleuca, by the way. I think my mother used to be in it years ago. I know they've been around forever, and I think it's a great product. Okay. So I know they have good products and everything like that. And he was sending me private messages. I accepted his friendship, and he was sending me private messages. And I got into a conversation with him, and I'm not going to repeat the video I just made yesterday, but he ended up, I showed him, says, if you don't have a system in place, that will generate leads like this, then it doesn't matter if you're in Melaleuca, it doesn't matter if you're in financial planning, it doesn't matter if you're in real estate, it doesn't matter if you don't matter if you're a church, whatever you're doing, whatever product, good, or service you have, the lifeblood of it, the health of it is qualified leads. And what's a qualified lead? Someone that needs, wants, and desires what you offer and has a means in which to grab it. You've got to be able, and that's part science and it's part art. Okay. You've got to be able to the artwork is the communication, the style, the branding, the words you use, the way you present. That's all art. You can't teach people personality. They've got to get their own voice. And that's one of the things I love about the radio station that we've launched. If you're a member at TerryWilson3.com, it doesn't matter if you're a sales rep and trainer all the way up to an elite rep and trainer. I believe the health of our business, has been and will continue to be that we empower other people to grab a hold of their own branding, their own voice, who they are. And we give them blogs. We give them technology. We give them all of this stuff to create their own business, their own brand. They don't have to be TW3. They can be Linda. They can be Larry. They can be whoever, and then go out and be that. Because the dirty little secret is I'm not necessarily attractive to everyone when it comes to business, right? Some people would not do business with me because of the way I talk, the way I look, my dialect, my worldview. I'm pretty vocal about what I think and what I feel about certain subjects, and I try to navigate around some of those landmines sometimes. But if you're human, you're passionate about things, right? But the beautiful thing about TW3 is it doesn't have to be about Terry. It can be about Larry. It can be about Linda. It can be about Joseph. It can be about Marcy. It can be about Captain Quackenbush, Greenbacks. It can be about Lori, Miss Spelling Bee. It can be about Lindsay. It can be their own thing with their own branding, with their own. And so we give you the ability to do that. And then we give you a system, some strategies, some software, and some means to generate leads like what we're giving away tonight. And why is that so important? And that goes to why this radio station is going to be beautiful. We already got about 5 or 6 people that's already creating content, already loading their shows. They're going to be able to promote those shows. They're going to attract people that would not look at TW3 or would not even look at being an entrepreneur or wouldn't even consider it if the only person they heard, the only person they saw, the only person they saw got a glimpse of was me, because I'm just not going to be attracted to them. But they're going to be attracted to Linda. They're going to resonate with Linda. They're going to be attracted to Larry because they resonate. They're going to be attracted to these content creators. So that's the beautiful thing about that radio station that we have launched, and we're making access for people to promote and have their own programming on it. So I'm very excited about that. But all of that's created for the blog, the dialer, the bulk texter, the bulk emailer. All of these things are for you to be able to do one thing and one thing only. And that's to have quality conversations with people. Quality conversation. I'm not talking about chit chat. I'm not talking about, how's the weather? I'm not talking about, hey, can we talk about this? I'm not the gentleman that connected with me through social media that I made a video about yesterday. He had a quality conversation with me. But it was a quality conversation about what I wanted to talk about. See, he was shotgunning it, and he admitted he'd cold called and cold text and cold emailed and all these other people. He'd been doing it for days, hundreds of people. And I'm the first person that gave him a quality answer, quality conversation, spoke with him. And it was all for the express purposes of, I saw someone that was really wanting to hustle and do something, but just lacked some of the things they needed to be successful. And so I was able to spend some time with him. That's what all these tools are for you to be able to do the same. But instead of wasting your time pestering the fool out of people, either physically in person or virtually through social media platforms, you can attract them through these strategies we give you and these tools we give you. And through that process, out on the other end, you get this produced product. And what is this produced product? A quality lead that you can have a quality conversation with. And what's a quality conversation? Number one, there's 3 things that makes up a quality conversation in my mind. Number one, the person asked to speak with me. I didn't ask to speak with them. There's something about the psychology of people pulling on you rather than you pushing on them that already puts you in a position to be in a better position to navigate that conversation. When this gentleman the other day was cold calling me and pushing information to me, and I'm not saying he was being pushy. That's not a derogatory, disparaging remark about his methodology. It's just what he and maybe others don't understand is the psychology of doing it that way. You lose ground because he is wanting to speak with me. I have control of the conversation. Does that make sense? If I'm trying to speak with him, if I'm pulling on him, if I am trying to reach out to him, if I'm trying to get in front of him, he is the gatekeeper. He controls when we speak, how long we speak, all of that. If you want to have influence with people, if you want to be able to close more, you need to have the controls of them pulling on you, having these systems in place, having them qualified, and then get so excited about what they can do to the fact that they're going to schedule an appointment with you and wait a day or two puts you in a better position. That's the power of this funnel that we teach people how to build at TW3 in our system and our strategies that non-members, and he was a non-member that didn't get. So I'm going to be able to have a quality conversation. You are the people that are getting free leads tonight. You're going to have a quality conversation with people because they have submitted all this information. Please send me some information. I am interested and I'm excited about the opportunity in which I've seen you as a TW3 member, or if you're a TW3 member selling even another opportunity, you're going to have control in the fact that, okay, Mr. and Mrs., you asked about this. You wanted to make this. I've got all this information. You asked to speak with me. Let's talk about this. So number one, a quality conversation is when they ask to speak with you. Number two, a quality conversation is when it's with someone that has a genuine need. When someone has a genuine need. And the reason it's a quality conversation, and let me put it this way, another way. Not only do they have a genuine need, they recognize their need. Because there's, for instance, I was in the insurance business for years. Everybody needs insurance, but only a select few recognize the fact you need insurance, So I have to qualify that. They recognize they have a need, because when they don't, I'm still in the sales process. I can't have a quality conversation with them yet because I'm still having to sell them on the fact you have a need. Okay. So that's not a quality conversation yet. They're still in that. They haven't bought into the fact, hey, I need something. This lead list that you guys are going to get tonight for free, you're going to be able to have a quality conversation because they send in information saying, here's what I want to make. Here's what I'm willing to invest. Here's my name, number, email address, my physical home address. Here's everything about me. Please, if you can help me, help me. In other words, they're calling on you. You're not pushing on them. They recognize they've got a need. You're not having to convince them, hey, entrepreneurialism is the better way. You don't have to, they say, you're not having to convince people that are clock punchers that you shouldn't be a clock puncher. You're worth more. Now, that's not to say you don't have those conversations. That's why I create content. The reason why I write books about you are worth more. And the reason I have blogs and podcasts, the reason I do a lot of things is because I'm out there selling in the highways and the byways. One thing, opportunity, right? You're worth more, and no one's ever going to care about what you make more than you are. You're never going to get rich working for someone else. You're never going to have true freedom building someone else's dream. So you've got to take control of it. So that's my selling. I'm selling. I don't speak to people until I can have a quality conversation. What's a quality conversation? I'm pulling up. Hey, Terry, call me, please. Hey, Terry, I read your book. I read your blog. I listened to your podcast. I've decided I really ought to do something for my life because no one else. In other words, I'm not going to have that conversation. So, we're not wasting time. Number one, they recognize, or number one, they call on me. Number two, they recognize they have a need. And number three, they have the resources to fulfill that need. If you'll notice in those qualifying questions that we have on that list is how many hours a week are you willing to invest and commit to investing, and how much money are you willing to invest to get the tools, the resources you need to make this happen. Okay. Because it's great. I've got a need. I'm calling on you, but I work 80 hours a week and I'm not going to spend a dime because I don't believe you should work, pay to work. Well, that's not going to be a quality conversation, right? You're going to waste your time. So the ability to have a quality conversation is, I'm calling on Terry. He's not pushing on me. I recognize, I'm not going to get rich by, punching a clock or making someone else's thing happen. And I'm telling you up front, if you will help me, I'm willing to work 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours a week toward this. I'm willing to invest some money to get the tools, training, technology, the coaching, everything I need. That's when you're going to have a quality conversation. We're going to give everybody that went to terrywilson3.com/contact. If you're a member, you're going to get 10 of those tonight for every person you bring on to our big hoopla that we're having. Episode 400 is coming out Monday. For every person you have on, count them up, make them give you a shout out. Cause what we're going to do is look at the shout outs, look at what you said, and sort of reconcile it and make, because I know some of you will foot. No, I'm kidding. But make sure that happens. We'll send out 5 leads, qualified leads. We'll send out 5 of them for every single person that you bring on. So if you bring on 10, you're going to have 50. If you bring on 100, I'm going to have to hustle to get you some more leads. But we'll make it happen. Okay. So that's what's going on tonight. He just said the takeaway is one of the strongest closing techniques in requiring qualifications. And you got it. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate you saying that and recognizing that. It truly is. It's because, and here's the thing. There's a reason why I teach our members to do that. Cause I want, at the end of the day, I want everyone to own their own life and take responsibility for it. And I want you to own the decision. Hey, I've done due diligence. I've looked at all this. This makes sense for me. Okay. And I want them to get sold out. I want them to get committed. If I can get them committed on the front end and own it, which is why we're so strong on that. We push and the takeaways and all the things that we do is so that we can remind them in week 2 and 3 and 4, when it gets a little frustrating because they got some technical things they got to work about. And then they're getting their leads come in, but they're not closing as quickly as possible. We can, hey, remember, we said this and we're committed to this. If you work the process works. Don't quit on me now. And so, and we're human nature. You'd have to be psychotic to constantly get, rejection, to constantly be frustrated trying to learn something new. If you don't feel it, then your feelers are burned out and there's something wrong with you. So humans need accountability. And one of the reasons we have our closing technique and the things that we do the way we do it is because we hold each other accountable. There's power in numbers where 1 can put 1,000 a flight, 2 can put 10,000 a flight. There's some principles that work here that just work. A 3-chord strand is stronger than any, it won't be broken. So there's all these, philosophical things you hear me throw out from time to time that have a Judeo-Christian, ethos about it, but they work. They're centuries old, but they work. Our techniques change, but the principles don't. Good business principles will last a lifetime. And that's what we try to implement. And I thank you, Joseph, for bringing that out. It is a very powerful technique that we use, and, and it works, and it's effective for them, and it helps them. It helps the seller, because the beautiful thing, and that's what I was explaining to the gentleman I was having this quality conversation with, that you could be in a position where you don't get paid to sell. You don't get paid to close. You get paid to help, because as a TW3 member, you can help that person get an hourly job or salary job, or get them over here in the trucking world, or get them over here in the insurance world, or get them over here wherever they fit. And then for the people that is right for you and right for the business, I mean, they could be right for TW3, but wrong for you because of personality types and all this other stuff. We're people. So you have to make sure, number 1, are they right for you? Number 2, are they right for TW3? And if those things mark off, and you're generating quality leads to have quality conversations, then you're going to do well, because you've helped a ton of people that you're not doing business with. And then you've helped a ton of people that you are doing business with, and it's a win-win. It's awesome. I'm telling you, life is fun when that happens. So listen, guys, Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have episode 400. We're going to be talking about things. Last year, first year in business, we've had people make over $200,000. I've had that happen couple years in a row now. They came to the conference. After the conference, they launched and is making a couple $100,000. I'm developing some training and some things that I'm going to be launching, and I'll allude to it Monday night, but we're going to be having it at the conference. My goal for 2020 is I want to see at least one person make at least $500,000 with TW3 this coming year after the conference that's not already making it. That's my goal. Okay. We've proven that we can do 200,000, several people. Okay. And we've had some people make that over time, get up to that level. But if I could get someone up to that level, that's only in their year 1, 2, or 3 and really get them launched. I'm excited about that. And I got some things and some strategies I'm going to be talking about at the conference. We'll be talking about it Monday night along with some other stuff. The radio thing is just flat out working. I know a couple of them already had a couple good leads come in off of it, so I know they're excited. That's the beautiful thing about TW3 for you guys that are resellers. When you go out and talk to people, say, listen, we're not asking you to adopt, the health and fitness world, the insurance world, the TW3 world. You be you. What makes you unique? What makes you tick? What are you passionate about? Because all we are is your back office. All we are is your trainer and your support staff and the tools. But we are successful when we make you successful as your own brand. And that radio platform is just one more way. Because let's face it, some people like to type and blog. Some people, like myself, can't spell, read, or write, but we can put us behind a microphone and we'll talk your ears off. So anyway, Linda says, see you Monday night. Thank you for the leads, Terry. You got it, Ms. Linda. I'll volunteer to be your guinea pig for earning $500,000. All right. I'll see you at the conference, Linda. Till next time, we'll see everybody. Happy New Year, and we'll see you Monday night. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really, I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Is this the celebrity, Terry Wilson?
Oh my word.
How you doing, sir?
Dude, don't even go there. I've been listening to this for a while and I'm finally like, okay, guys, what a privilege. I mean,